What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. Wow, man. And today I'm going to talk about today's college football matchup. You had the LSU Tigers upsetting the 20th ranked Florida Gators for the second year in a row, 49-42, yo. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. And whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you're a Madden 22 player on Xbox One, I'm going to have my Xbox One gamer tag down in the description box also. Y'all gonna hear a beeping noise throughout the video. I do apologize for that. Y'all just please disregard it. First off, I'm late with this video. I didn't watch the game live. I had to watch it when I got home. I actually had to attend a funeral around time of kickoff. So R.I.P. Miss Lorena. I got to this game a little late. I recorded it. I knew it happened before I got to watch it. Unfortunately, with today's technology, but yeah, I got to watch. I sat down, just finished watching it. And let me say this before I get on LSU. I'm gonna just say this about Florida, man. Like y'all, what y'all just like Dan Mullen gotta just be beside himself right now. Like last year, I'm not a Dan Mullen fan, by the way. Especially after how arrogant he was last season, going into the LSU game, basically sitting a healthy Kyle Pitts because he had that one. And today it's like you're the 20th ranked team. LSU is basically asking to be put out their misery. Like, you knew the players that was out there was gonna play hard. They're at home and stuff like that. It's still a rivalry. But LSU technically was asked to be put out his misery. And Florida just can't do it. Like they can't beat LSU when LSU is at its absolute worst, which is just unbelievable to me. Dan Mullen, look, he ain't never won that, man. I get it. It's really starting to look like the whole Mississippi State Florida thing indeed was a lateral move. You went to Florida because you basically couldn't win a championship at Mississippi State. Now, granted, it should be easier to win at Florida than Mississippi State. Florida got a little more, tools and more history when it comes to football. Plus, they're in the SEC East as opposed to the SEC West. But it's looking like a real lateral move right now. Besides playing for the SEC championship last year, he ain't done nothing better at Florida than he did at Mississippi State. So let me just kind of throw that out there. And I'm only saying that because I'm not a fan of Dan Mullen. I think he's a good, solid play caller, but not a fan of his. But for LSU, look, LSU missing obviously Keyshawn Butte, Derek Stingley, Eli Ricks, Andre Anthony, Allie Gay. LSU missing people, yo. And for the second year in a row, this depleted LSU team fights hard, fights together, and rather it was because it was a rivalry and we just naturally can't stand Florida, or are these players or maybe they want Coach O to keep his job, which I still think isn't going to happen despite this win. They played hard today. They fought hard, and obviously the player of the game is Ty Davis Price, breaks the LSU single game rushing record, which is funny to imagine that just 2 weeks ago this team couldn't run the ball at all, and now last week, despite a loss, ran the ball very effectively with Ty Davis Price. And not this week. I never would have thought this team would have had a player rush for a single game rushing record. Then against Florida. Like, Dan Mullen and Ty Grantham just really, if I'm Florida fans, I'm very furious today. I'm gonna just say that. Cause like I said, this LSU team was waiting to be put out of misery today. But hey, Ty Davis Price ran up somebody I've been very critical of. He still isn't very much of an elusive runner, but he did what he does well. He got upfield, got north and south, ran the ball, and used his physicality as he just ran through Florida defenders all afternoon. You got to give him. You got to get a coaching staff credit for that. It is you should never be that bad at running the football as an LSU Tiger program at any point of the season. But to go from being so horrible to having a guy rush for a single game rushing record against a top 25, a rival in the SEC, you got to get a coaching staff credit on finding something. It looks like it's the counterplay that Florida, Ty Grantham's defense is such an aggressive style of defense that, the counters are misdirection running plays that gets defensive flow going one way while you go the other way. And we just constantly hit them with that all afternoon. And to give Ty Davis Price credit too, once he got through the clear, he ran hard, he ran physical. A guy like Jerry Jenkins, who we didn't get much from at all this season, he steps up huge today, catching touchdown passes. The young receivers did their thing out there. They looked pretty solid. Defensively, got 4 interceptions. Still gave up a lot of yards and points and stuff like that, but came up with big stops when we had to. McLaughlin gets the pick 6. It was good to see Sage Ryan finally out there, 5-star true freshman playing a little bit today. That was really good to see. And Cardell Flott moving to the. I'm gonna say this about him too. Cardell Flott had a terrible year last year. Like he just really was just bad. And this season he's been probably been our defensive MVP this season so far. Out of him and DeMond Clark. Like he's been breaking up passes, getting the interceptions. He's done a really good job as he's fully confident again, and he's playing very well for us at the cornerback position. He moved with the injuries to Stingley and Ricks. He moved from the nickel corner to the outside corner and really held his own, like did his thing out there. Still got too many busting coverages, obviously, but this is a good win for the team, at least, to I still think at the end of the year, obviously, we're gonna make the move we have to make. But it's good, for at least the team to beat a rivalry, especially with everything going on with the program right now, everything going on with Coach O, with all the players having season-ending surgeries all of a sudden. It's a good win. It's a good win. And to me, obviously, I don't care how bad we are, how bad they are, good they are, whatever. It's always fun to beat the Florida Gators, yo. That is always fun. Emory Jones got pulled from this game with his 2 picks. Richardson played well, got some plays, but ultimately he made 2 picks. And defensively, man, we got to practice Hail Mary defense because that was ridiculous. We just sat up, watched the ball in the air, and then just watch it fall into a Florida's receiver hands or whatnot. But yeah, man, Ty Davis Price, LSU record rushing performance today. Max Johnson was steady. It wasn't spectacular, but wasn't bad. Did what he had to do. He had a run game today, so we didn't need a whole lot of passing yards from him today, which was cool. He was efficient, especially in the red zone when he had to be. And the offensive line played better, man. They played better. They opened up running lanes. They starting to get a little better apparently. But this team, this team still got to make a lot of moves. And unless Coach O run the table, unless he beat everybody except for 8-4, I think they will consider bringing him back. If his only loss the rest of the year is Alabama, I think they'll consider it. But anything else, man, they're going to still probably make the change. But at least for him, it was good to get a win. Big decision on that 4th down at the end of the game. They obviously could have kicked the field goal and took the lead. That's what I probably would have done. But similar like what Les Miles did in 2007 when, he kept going for it on 4th downs and 4th downs. Coach O did that today, and it worked out, and LSU got a nice, emotional win despite the circumstances and for their coach. And for Florida, y'all got to be looking at Dan Mullen like, bro, what's really going on here? But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have LSU, NCAA, and content from my other teams throughout the year. Also, tomorrow from 10 a.m. Central to 12 p.m. Central, I co-host a weekly radio show, Big Time Sports Talk, with the host, Mike the Band, that y'all download the ESPN 1420 app. We're going to have a lot of conversation about this LSU Florida game, so definitely make sure y'all tune in. Also on Mondays from 6:30 p.m. Central to 7:30 p.m. Central, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.